Something bit me. My eye itches. I got way too much going on. Anyway, hey you guys, thank you for coming to watch another video. So today is my 2-year anniversary for this channel on YouTube. I don't really know what's going on with me right now. Like, I think I'm having like an allergen attack or something. Like, ugh. Anyway, okay, sorry. So yeah, today is my 2-year anniversary for this channel. So to celebrate that, I went out and purchased something that I have been wanting for some time. And it was kind of a pricey purchase, but it's like, you know what, whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But before I do that, can I just say that I love being in my witchy room. Like, I just found this big bag. Well, not big bag, but this bag, and it is full of witchy stuff that I brought I don't know how long ago and completely forgot that I had. Like, it is just, and I don't want to turn this into a haul video because it's not really what it's about. This video is about the purchase that I made, and I want to discuss slash kind of teach you guys something. So yeah, but let me really quick. So I don't know how long ago I brought this stuff, but I apparently have been on a lodestone trip for a while, because in this bag, if I can find it, and it came in this box, little jewelry box. It's another big piece, not big piece, but you know, decent size lodestone. So yeah, I don't know. Also, I got a piece of, I don't even know what this is. What is this? I'm trying to get out the bag. Sorry. I got a emerald, a rough piece of emerald, and this is my birthstone. So I'm sorry about the lighting, you guys. I have been procrastinating about doing this video all day long, and now it's dark outside, and I don't have overhead lighting in my room. So there's 2 lamps on either side of me that I'm relying on. So I'm sorry. Um, Also, I got a handful of, and I wonder, what was my intentions when I brought this stuff? I got a handful, I'm sorry, of those ridiculously, well, I guess I don't have a lot of stuff then, of those ridiculously overpriced candles. And I actually got some pretty bright colors, some pinks and some oranges and some blues and some greens. And of course, there's a black one in there. So, yeah, there's that to add to the ones that I have. I found some silver lodestone food and a piece of rose quartz and a piece of turquoise. So yeah, I was very excited to find that. I was like, ooh. And also like a little black satin bag. What the hell? What was I finna do? I don't remember. But anyway, I digress. So today I went out and I purchased a La Madama. And this is my La Madama. And I've actually been wanting her for quite some time. I see right now she's like a trending thing on YouTube. Um, but I've actually had a madama for a while, a personal madama, I should say, over my head. And I went ahead and brought my statue. She's really, really beautiful. She has her red skirt, and it has silver detailing down there. She has a broom here and white shirt. And as you can see, there's her face. And she's carrying a little basket that you can use as an offering bowl. And she's made out of like a, I don't know if it's like ceramic or like a resin, but she's very beautiful. And she is about 16 inches, 12 or 16 inches tall. So I'm very excited about that. And she is going to go on my altar. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about her, and maybe I'll make a video later about it. But I do have my own personal madama, and yeah. So she's going to go on my altar. And what I wanted to talk about in this video is I know there's a lot of people out there who have, you know, their religious statues, their sacred statues and things of that nature, etc., etc. And I'm not sure if in your tradition or in, you know, excuse me, in your house, how you go about actually activating and anointing these statues. Do you just buy them and sit them on your altar and say, okay, this is so and so, or this is whoever? Or is there an actual ceremony that you go through? With myself, there is an actual ceremony, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna kind of talk about what is going on, these allergies. Anyway, so yeah, um, I'm not gonna talk about it. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna talk about some of the things that I do. So let's get started. And I kind of took notes on my phone so I can make sure that I keep track of what I talked about and what I didn't talk about. So when you get your statues, what I like to do, depending on where I got my statue from, like there's some stores or like actual physical location, metaphysical stores, and you know, Wicca stores and stuff like that, that you can actually walk into and pick up your statues. And sometimes those statues have been sitting for a while, they've collected dust. Who's to say that the, you know, the store operator goes about and, you know, cleans and dust and things like that. So you may get your statue and it may have a little bit of debris on it, like with her her skirt and things. There's a possibility that sometimes you'll come across them and they may have like some dirt, like physical debris, like maybe some dirt and dust and things like that lodged on them. So in that case, what I would do is take like a damp rag and make like a mild soap, if you can use it. Some things you can't get wet, some materials you can't get wet, but if possible, I'll take like a damp rag and some mild soap, and I'll wipe it down to cleanse away the excuse me, the physical debris, and I'll let it air dry. Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, to get rid of the physical debris and um, physical germs and things like that, and then I let it air dry. Um, sorry. Yeah. So and then I'll let it air dry, and then what you would do after that is you would go on to the actual spiritual cleansing of your statue to get rid of, you know, stagnant energy, negative energy, or anything that may be connected. Sorry, let me. Okay, that might be connected to your statue. That's unwanted. So yeah, you would do that, and a couple of things that you can use for that. You could use like a smudge stick, um like this. Let me show you one, a really good one. Use like a smudge stick, and I really like these big ones. I like the smaller ones too, because at one point that was all I was able to get my hands on, and I was actually blessed by a friend with one of these. So you can use like a smudge stick, and these things last for a long time. I mean, I guess if you use them like I use, very sparingly, because I don't have constant access to these big ones, so I use them very sparingly. But anyway, yeah, so use a smudge stick. Um, what else? Like sage, dragon's blood, frankincense, and myrrh. Another good thing to use is cigar smoke. You would light the cigar. Um, Actually, I don't want to take this out. You would light the cigar and then turn the lid in towards your mouth, being very careful not to burn the hell out of yourself. Put your mouth on it and blow the smoke out of the opposite end. So that's one thing. And yeah, so you can do it that way. Then you can go on to like your blessed waters or perfumes. I like to use Florida water, and here are two examples I like to use. That's what I use in my traditional Florida water. And you just take it and just put it in your hand. Of course, making sure your hands are clean and you cleanse your own aura and vibrations and things like that. And you just take it and just put it in your hand and just go through and wipe down your statue and um, you know, so on and so forth. And then after that, you can use any anointing oils of your choice. And again, these are just the things that I do. What works for me may not work for you. However you do it, feel free to leave a comment below. You can take any of your anointing oils. That actually, you can use ones that coincide with whatever statue it is that you're using. Um, like for my Saint Lazarus statue, I would possibly use like a road opening oil. Um, if it's like a Lucky Buddha statue, you could use a money drawing oil, and this is one that I actually made with money in there. Let's see. If you have, say, like a snake statue, you could use some snake oil, or even some excuse me, this almost, the top wasn't on this one, some jinx removing oil. Let's see. Yeah, so and so on and so forth. You pretty much get the gist. For this statue, I'm actually going to use a horn of plenty oil, and I'll talk about this in another video if you guys are interested. And you would take the oil. I'm sorry, hold on. Yeah. So you would take the oils of your choice and put it on your finger, and you would anoint the forehead, like right between the eye, if applicable. I don't know what kind of statue you'll be using, but if it's like a human body form type of statue, I would anoint like between the middle of the eye, the third eye. If possible, the top of the head. Of course, I would not be able to anoint the top of her head because of her basket, but I would take it and anoint right here the heart of your statue. I would anoint the hands if possible, and the feet or the bottom of the statue. Now, when I say anoint, what the way that I do it, I would draw any sigils, crosses, or any other sacred symbols that would coincide with, you know, the statue that you're using. Okay. And then after that, you can add like any any additional anything additional to your statue. Some people might, you know, just to customize it, and anything that's going to resonate with you and make the connection that you have with your statue stronger. So a lot of people might go through and add like sigils to their statues or any sacred symbols. Personally, myself, I would maybe add like amulets or I'm sorry, necklaces or something like that. Like here is one that I actually have a statue that I'm going to add from it, and it's a big rosary, and this is gifted to me. So you would take it and, you know, make it small enough to fit your statue like that or whatever, and you know, hang it from the statue or however. So yeah. Okay, now once the statue is cleansed and completed with anything additional that you're wanting to add, any additions, what you want to do at that point is go into like a meditative state, okay, or you know, however, and ground yourself. Now at this point you can use bells and whistles and maracas or whatever. Me personally, I like to use music, drums, and dance. And basically what you're going to do from that point, um, you're going to use all of these things to just raise the energy and raise the vibrations in the area. Okay. Then once you've raised the energy and you got you know, some good, you know, going, y'all know what I'm saying, going on. At that point, you're going to invite the spirit or the energy or whatever it is that that you know, that is your statue is representing. You're gonna invite that energy, spirit, or whatever into the space, and I'm sorry, yeah. And you're gonna invite them to bless your statue and actually condone the use of said statue. Okay? And to condone the use of the statue to accept prayers and gifts, offerings, and etc. blah 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 on their behalf. Okay. I actually have known some people to actually take energies and spirits and trap them into items such as this and actually control them. But that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. So anyway, yeah. So for the next week or however long it takes, you're gonna spend time with your statue, talk to it, feed it, care for it. At this point, I personally would not be using the statue for workings until the you know, the connection between the two of you is established and, you know, clear and complete. But that's just me. You do whatever you want to do. Yeah, so I would actually get to know the statue, connect with the statue and that energy, and make offerings to it, talk to it, and yeah, and you know, just take care of it. And that is pretty much it. Once it's actually cleansed of once it's actually cleansed of physical germs and stuff like that, and it's cleansed of like negative energies and stuff, at that point I would put it on my altar. I don't put anything on my altar. So if I come in with a bag full of witchy stuff and I want to make a video, I don't sit any of that stuff on my altar to do a video with. I sit down on my floor and I do the video. Nothing goes on my altar that has not been cleansed, physically and spiritually. I'm just not having it. So yeah. So with that being said, once it's cleansed of, you know, all that things, then you go ahead and put it in whatever sacred spot it's actually going to be in, and then you can actually, you know, do your vibration ceremony where you raise the energies and things like that. And yeah, another thing that can be done, and this is not for the faint of hearts. This is for the, you know, the true believers and the true workers. Um, a lot of times you can connect yourself with your statue and with the energies that the statue represents, by doing blood magic. A blood connection is basically what it's called, where you take a little bit of your blood, maybe you'll prick your finger or whatever, and actually wipe it onto the statue, the bottom of it, um, the, you know, the face and stuff like that, the heart. Again, that's not for the faint of heart. Some people may not agree with it. Again, this is just something that is done in my tradition. If you don't agree with it, whatever, you know, do it however you want to do it. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully this was informative. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.